Our special guest on Handicappers Corner today from the Media Relations Department at Hastings, Mr. Greg Douglas. Many of you know him as Dr. Sport, been in the media business for a long time. And Greg, thanks for joining us.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here. And you know what it's all about, of course. We're here to talk about Mario, so
Super
fire
Mario.
away. First question I have for you is, you've covered sports in this province for many years. How do you see this story? Because obviously for all of us, it's very exciting for us because we're in the horse racing in business. How do you see it stacking up against other sports?
Drew, I can tell you that in the many years that I have covered sports in this province, both in print and audio, television and radio, I have never seen anything like this in my life. I've covered Stanley Cup playoffs. I've covered heavyweight boxing championship bouts. I've covered them all. And there's just... The electricity that this story has created is not just in the village of Vancouver at all. It has hit Canada nationally. In fact, I think the Globe and Mail referred to it the other day as this is Canada's summer showcase, and it is. I mean, we have long forgotten about the Canucks not getting past the first round in playoffs. Yeah. It's between the football season. This is it, and you can tell by the media reaction. It never stops. I mean, you guys know it, and Glenn Todd especially knows it, that it's just every day there's a new request, a new time. They can't get enough of it. They cannot get enough of it.
I know, Mario's been great throughout all this process, too. What I found amazing, Greg, is the response from the media. This is off the rails for them because they're used to covering the Canucks, overanalyzing the Canucks in practice and whatever, and the Whitecaps and the Lions. This is off the rails for a lot of the media, the radio and the scribes as well, covering horse racing, and they're excited about it. You can tell.
I can tell you this, that there was a little battle going on in both the Vancouver Sun and Vancouver Province sports departments over who was going to come out and cover the Preakness. Ed Willis, who doesn't, I haven't seen him at the track in my life. He came out there and spent the entire day. Everybody was so good to him. You know, like if he had a naive question to ask, he'd be a little embarrassed. But no, the racing people aren't like that. And I mean, Ed came out with a brilliant column, and then he followed it up 2 days later with more. And now he's fighting his editors to get to Belmont. So I mean, yeah, it's taken the media by storm. Our friends at Team 1040, I mean, you can't turn that dial on and you don't hear Moj or BMAC or Sekeres talking about it. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. As a matter of, and Mayanek did 1 hour of his show just on racing alone. So that's the effect it's had.
It's absolutely great. What do you, how do you see this shaping up for Hastings? Obviously, Belmont Day's going to be probably our biggest day ever, perhaps.
No question.
At Hastings.
Drew, they'll probably, in fact, we have, as Mike knows, we have ops meetings, operations meetings, and marketing meetings, and managers meetings. We got meetings. Yeah. And they are just going crazy right now trying to figure out, you know, the last thing we want to do, because it's happened, is be caught short-staffed. We have added extra food and beverage people. We've added mutual people, more and more. We think we're going to do about 15,000 fans out there, and we're going to start the live racing card early, 12:50, and the reason for that is to sort of reserve an entire hour for the lead up to the Belmont, because I guess for the Preakness we were caught a little short there, where there were some people that couldn't get their bets down, and you don't want that to happen. No. So it's going to be it'll be the biggest day at Hastings Racecourse in recent memory.
I know it's going to be huge. I know they're going to have the big TV screen again. I know that's pretty popular with all the fans, which is huge.
And how about the scene with all of the people with the Go Mario Go T-shirts on and down by the rail, and they're cheering it like we're watching it right there. We're right there with them, and that's going to be the same story. We all know what Mario did on Mother's Day out here with his the press conference, and then signing, I guess, about 1,000 of those cards, and then the security guys come along and they say, "Okay, that's it, that's enough," and he says, "No, there's other people I got to look after."
More people
that's like Bobby Orr used to do in the NHL, or Bobby Hull. They don't come along that often.
No, this is a very unique situation, and it's going to be a lot of fun in a couple of weeks' time, and hopefully all goes well. It should be a great afternoon on Saturday, June the 9th, as you mentioned, first post
certainly has put Hastings Racecourse on the map, and not only on the Canadian map, the international map.
Yeah, I've been mentioned in the New York
Times,
all
the time.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Ask Glenn Todd. He's getting calls at 2 and 3 and 4 in the morning.
Yeah, if you can get a hold of him.
Yeah, they seem to reach him. I don't know how.
Well, thanks for joining us, Greg. It's been a pleasure having you here on Handicappers Corner. Continued success in your job. Should be a great Belmont day.
And we're going to have a packed media lounge. It's the Jack Short Lounge, and I'll tell you, we're going to be short of space. I can tell you that.
Any predictions?
Oh, yeah, I'm wearing the
There
T-shirt.
you go. There you go.
Absolutely.
Well, it's great to have that problem of having an overstacked media room, and that's cool. Well, once again, thanks to Mr. Greg Douglas for joining us, Dr. Sport, here on Handicappers Corner. Up next will be our Sunday selection, so please do chime in. We got 8 more races to give you some winners on the Sunday, May the 27th program.